The Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board, Lasubeb, has validated the reviewed Universal Basic Education Guidelines for accessing the federal government's UBE matching grant. The move under the Hope Edu initiative is aimed at promoting transparency and effective management of education intervention funds in Lagos.
I want to appreciate everybody, the NPMC, the FR, and we just called you at short notice and you are all there. And then let me say, that is why we are pleased that Lagos State is state big. I am very sure that this document we are producing here today will go a long way. Because I have not seen any other state that make effort to sit down like this.
Representatives from local government education authorities, NGOs, school-based management committees, parents' forums, and legal and policy experts participated in the validation session.
Lasubeb has been able to domesticate it and contextualize the principle for fund utilization based on their own peculiarities. This document has actually delineated role with specific key areas of intervention per key departments, giving a sense of belonging and at the same time a sense of direction.
This is what we came up with. Bullet 4 now. Support to parents. That is, need to include provision of uniforms. Majority of them are coming to school with a mufti, footwears, bags, and the rest of it. Then introduce new bullet for the introduction of school feeding.
If you go to 7.1, the first bullet, continuous professional development for teachers, please just put comma there. School leaders and other administrators. So that's what you have here. So that auditors will not come and say, why are you training those that were not captured?
Without instructional materials, quality learning cannot take place. What we are looking at is in the area of the projectors. I think if that one can be very, very pronounced, Ubec can equally capture that so that all our schools in Lagos State can be equipped with projectors. That will equally go a long way to ease the work of our teachers and make learning to be as easy as anything.
Their goal is to ensure that the reviewed guidelines are inclusive, practical, and responsive to the needs of the state's education system.
The session provided a participatory platform for education stakeholders, policymakers, civil society representatives, and development partners to engage in a detailed assessment of the document. Discussions were aimed at strengthening financial transparency, inclusive implementation, and alignment with the state's peculiarity in basic education delivery.
The two units that has been stated in the document, they are the units saddled with data on special needs, and whatever you are doing is not data for special needs children all alone. Yeah, you could go to a school and find out that they have a structure that is not compliant in line with the inclusive nature of our infrastructure. Perhaps there is no ramp in such a school. Those are the data that you'll be providing, but it's not going to be data based on special needs, but with consideration for children with special needs.
Stakeholders say the process marks another step towards a more transparent, accountable, and inclusive basic education system.
What we're having here is directly under Hope Education, is an arm of the General Hope Program. So what we're basically doing is reviewing the Ubec guideline. One of the challenges of education is our inability to quickly access the federal government funding for the development of education. Ubec has an overall general guidelines, but what we have done is to now domesticate that guideline in such a way that it fits into our context as Lagos State.
Education is dynamic, education keeps improving all the time, daily, weekly, annually. So we should keep abreast of what's happening in education generally, both locally and internationally. We should be able to see where we are presently, to be able to see what we need to do to improve basic education in the state. And that's basically what this document is all about.
There's need to bring different stakeholders, the SBMC, the parent forum, the CSO, the civil society organization, the faith-based, the community leader, the artisan. They want us to look at it together, agree together that this document will fit into the system. So that the people that will use it, the end user, which are the students, the pupils, also will fit into the system.
It's for all critical stakeholders to make input into the document so that there will be ownership of this guideline when it comes into assessing, disbursing and utilization of the federal government UBE intervention fund. So everybody has already been carried along. Everybody, all stakeholders know their respective roles and what is expected of them so that they can be on the same page in ensuring effective service delivery for basic education in Lagos State.
The new guidelines are expected to serve as a model for effective fund management and collaboration between the federal and state governments in advancing quality basic education.